Welcome to the Dyslexic Entrepreneur. In today's episode, I'm going to ask the question, is email marketing actually dead in 2026? I get this question a lot being in the web industry, and, a lot of neurodiverse individuals don't even like the idea of email marketing because there's so much to read. They're worried, am I going to annoy people? Are they not going to like me? All these questions go through their head. So I want to put a lot of that to bed today. We're going to dive into this episode. I'm going to give you a few tips and a few thoughts on what actually works in 2026. Okay, so everyone says email is dead. Again, they said this in 2012, in 2012, there's my dyslexic brain running away with me. They said it in 2012. They said it when Instagram first launched. They said it when TikTok blew up. But the real question is, if email is dead, why do the smartest business people still obsess over building lists? Let's talk about what's changed, what still works, and what absolutely doesn't. Email, I've been in this industry. I hate to think back. It makes me feel old, 15, 16 years, which is a long time in this day and age, or it feels like to me, right? It definitely feels like to me. And I've gone through times where I thought email's a waste of time. It doesn't work, but we consistently see it work, which is the hardest thing. In my business day to day, I'm in my inbox 7, 8, 9 times. Even though I use all these messaging platforms, I still use a lot of email. It has not died. I think what has died is low quality spam that's not targeted. Like if you're sending random messages to random people, that spam is going to get worse and worse and worse going forward. I just don't see it working like that. But consistent newsletters that add high value are still important. If you've got a niche that loves what you do and cares about you, it works. Spam filters are getting smarter. What we're seeing too much, I guess, is AI written content that just doesn't have any personality. No one cares about AI content being sent to them. They can get it written themselves, right? It just doesn't really matter. You can use AI to edit your words and to help you format things, but it has to be your truth, your story, your insight that really works. Does that make sense? Like I personally use AI to help me with my dyslexic writing because my writing is terrible, but my storytelling is great. So I give it a story, it makes it readable. And when people read it, they go, oh, that's really personal to Stephen. There's a connection there. It's not just AI slop, which too many people are putting out on their own. So what are the pros of email marketing in 2026? Number one is that you actually own it. Social media can disappear overnight. It can be working one day, they change the algorithm and everything is different. You're always chasing your tail. With email marketing, they can't do that. They just don't have the power. They, them, the big people out there. Your accounts don't get banned for email marketing as long as you do it right and you own your list. No algorithm is in charge of it. The second thing is it's a high intent audience. If people have opted in and given you their details, there's at least some interest in what you do. And as long as you've got those email addresses being honest and talking about what you care about, and as long as you stay consistent, you're going to have a lot more people that are interested. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to get 100% sales rate. Every email is not going to buy off you. But if 2 or 3% press the buy button, you're in a good place, right? Like it's a never ending cycle, and it's not always the same people. We're also seeing a lot that email is still one of the highest return on investment channels. It outperforms ads when done properly, especially in the courses, memberships, supplements, and service businesses. It's great for that repeat sale to remind someone to reorder something if they need to reorder it, or they may need to look something up. We're using it for our Right Brain Reset and some of our other products, and it really does work. It also builds depth, not just reach. So like you're building a conversation with your audience. I use it to remind people to listen to the podcasts. I send out different offers. I share little ideas and tips. And again, like we've built a list of 8,000 people, give or take, over a period of time. And I'd probably say we get a 40%, 50% open rate, depending when we send it, somewhere between 40 and 50%. Click-through rates up and down, depending when we send it, but still pretty reasonable. I'm definitely not sad about that. But what are the cons of email marketing these days? One, it still requires consistency. How many times should you be emailing? I'm a great fan of email at least once a week. Some people say once every 2 days. Some people say once a month. Everyone's different, but my thought is you want to be in their inbox. I don't expect that all the people that open my email have read it, but they have seen my name and my brand in their inbox. That reminds them next time they're looking for a podcast to listen to, they might come back to mine, or they might think about me when they're chatting to someone on the street. They might go, "Oh, I'll tell you about this podcast." So front of mind, I think weekly, if you can keep it up. And it also doesn't have to be like a huge amount of text. Keep it short, sharp, and to the point. The second thing in 2026 is deliverability is harder. Spam filters are getting smarter. They're using AI. They're getting tighter. Things are getting sent to promotional inboxes. It seems very mixed. I get a bunch of stuff. It's so weird. Promotional inboxes in Google, especially. I get a bunch of stuff sent there that I don't even know why I'm getting it. And stuff that matters to me gets sent there, but then stuff that doesn't gets sent into other inboxes. It's a bag. Open rates as well are not as honest as you think. Apple privacy doesn't give you all the data that you want. AI filters out some of it. So open rates aren't quite as accurate, but you can actually be getting a higher open rate than you think. And what you'll find is actual click tracking is sometimes better, and replies. Are you actually getting anybody reply to you? That'll show who's actually reading your emails as well. And so what should you be doing? Let me finish this off. I don't try and make these podcasts too long, but what should you be doing in 2026? For me, personality wins. You've got to share your personality, be you, be a bit quirky. I'm a fan of shorter paragraphs that are easy to read on mobile phones, more conversational writing. Don't make it, people think I'm not going to send an email newsletter. It's like 4 articles to send. If you're sending 4 articles, no one's reading any of them. Send at maximum 1 article. And it must be a very good article. You're better to write 1 great article than 4 shit articles. That's what I would recommend. And if you're a dyslexic storyteller, the thing to think about is, use AI to help you. Bring AI up, talk to it, and share a really good story. If something's happened to you in the week, give it like 600 words brain dump of what you're thinking and get it to turn it into an article. That gives you an article with your flavor, but someone else doing the grammar and editing. Like, that's the game changer. And AI can then create an image that's custom to that article for you. It's brilliant like that. We do that for our customers and it really works. Number 3, this is my other thing, is have one clear idea per email, not everything you ever wanted to say. The subject line, the article, the interest should all be about one idea. The great thing about this is if you do get click tracking, you can find out who's interested in that idea. Whoever's clicked is interested. They put their hand up. So you can then talk to them, market to them, share other things that might be of interest. 4, sell often but softly. So you do want to make sure you're asking for things. Like we try and sell the Right Brain Reset. It's a $7 a month club that we set up. So we share that from time to time. We've just released a little $27 course on helping you share your value proposition. Many dyslexics and those with ADHD are terrible at actually explaining why they're special. We show you how to make sure you get that across. We sell it for $27 and we sneak that into our emails. And we don't push it. Like if someone wants to buy it, great. If not, we're not going to lose our heads. So finishing this off, does email marketing still work in 2026? Should you be putting effort into it is the big question, right? My answer is yes, but only if you treat it like a relationship, not a billboard. It's not just about getting something out there. It's about talking to people like they really matter and helping them. Remember, less is more, and it's about consistency. Who in your organization could help you do this? Is it a team member? Is it something you do on a Monday morning or a Friday morning? Get some consistency, get a routine like you brush your teeth. If you don't do that and you send an email out twice a year, you may as well stop wasting your time and just give up on that medium. So that's been Stephen from the Dyslexic Entrepreneur. I hope that's helped you, given you some ideas. If you do want a really good email marketing tool, reach out to me at hello@thedyslexicentrepreneur.com and I'll send you some details, or visit us at thetruthaboutdyslexia.com. Have an epic rest of your day and I'll be back next week.